Golden State Media Concepts Social Media Podcast. Time to hashtag everything. We talk about all the fun, crazy stories on social media. From Instagram to Facebook, Twitter to Tumblr, or probably even Friendster. Join us each week as we explore the quirky side of social media. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Social Media Podcast.
It's simple, such a sad song. The one that we rely on to get us.
Hello and welcome to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast, brought to you today by Care Of, a subscription vitamin service where vitamins and protein powders along with other supplements are delivered straight to your door. For a limited time only, if you go to takecareof.com and enter the promo code SOCIAL30, you can get 30% off of your first order. Again, that is takecareof.com. Enter the promo code SOCIAL30 and you'll get 30% off of your first order. We'll be talking a little bit more about Care Of at the first break. As I said, welcome to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast. I am your host, Sarah. Happy Memorial Day. That's weird, right? Saying Happy Memorial Day. More of a happy if you had a 3-day weekend. I hope that went well, that you got out and did whatever it is that you like to do on a 3-day weekend. But saying Happy Memorial Day is a little bit strange to me, because it is a rather solemn day when we commemorate those who have served our country, especially when we commemorate those who have died serving our country. Now, one of the things that is always fun to see are Memorial Day posts. Some of them are more interesting than others, but I do always like to see pictures of my friends and families, relatives who have served, and the memories and honoring of those folks who have served. I have several members of my family who have all been in the Navy. The Navy seems to be the branch that my family is drawn to, although my niece, who is a medical corpsman in the Navy, recently got married to a Marine, so she is... Well, she's not bucking the trend, but he is, or she's bucking it by marrying outside of the Navy. But my grandfather, my father, my uncle, and now my niece all served in the Navy, and I thank them all for their service. At any rate, hope you're having a great 3-day weekend if you got a 3-day weekend. If not, I still hope you're having an okay Monday and that it's not, too Monday-ish, which it can tend to be. For those of you who did have a 3-day weekend, I hope tomorrow is not, your Tuesday is not too Monday-ish. At any rate, let's talk about some social media news. We are going to talk about some celebrity news, talk about some things that are trending in the world of social media today, and then talk a little bit about Facebook, which is back in the news for a controversy once again. Oh, Facebook, I don't know what to say about you anymore. But let's start off on a lighter topic, and we will talk about some celebrities who are trending in social media right now. This weekend, in addition to being Memorial Day, was also the Indianapolis 500, and a couple of things happened there. I actually saw this from a friend of mine, which I never... I'm not usually up on the social media trends always, but a friend of mine posted a picture from the Indy 500. I didn't know that she was going to be there, but she said that she posted the picture and said Christian Bale and Matt Damon were having a great time at the Indy 500. From where she was sitting, you couldn't have proven it by me that it was Matt Damon and Christian Bale in the picture, but she said it was, and she, I trust her and I believe her, and it turns out they really were there. So, and the pictures that I saw that actually showed them in the pictures where you could tell who they were corresponded with her pictures as to the area that they were. I guess they were standing, actually. So the two were there to wave the green flags, which start the race. They were also there to promote their new movie, which is Ford versus Ferrari. It is based on true events, chronicling the story of Ford's quest to defeat Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the 1960s. So interesting. They look like they're having a great time in the pictures that I see online. They are taking selfies with fans, which is awesome. The one picture of the two of them together, they're laughing and clapping and looking great in their sunglasses. I read a blog where a blog called Go Fug Yourself, and they always say people always look hotter in sunglasses. You know, it really is true. The right pair of sunglasses can do a lot. At any rate, they look like they're having a great time. They're there to wave the green flags and promote their movie. Also happening at the Indianapolis 500 this weekend was of course, the singing of the national anthem. This year, Kelly Clarkson was asked to sing the national anthem, which I love Kelly Clarkson. I think she seems like a normal, down-to-earth kind of celebrity. I could be completely wrong, but every time I see her, she just seems funny and cool and, you know, somebody that you'd want to go hang out with. Not that I would ever hang out with Kelly Clarkson. I don't even know where I would meet Kelly Clarkson, but she seems awesome. So she was asked to sing the national anthem. Almost maybe didn't happen because as she was going up to sing, she actually tripped. She was wearing a dress and heels. Fortunately, they were wedges, which for me are better for walking and not tripping than stilettos. But she did a trip over what was apparently a crack underneath the carpet. So she did fall forward, but she managed to catch herself before she actually fell, before she actually face planted, as the article I read said. And in what seems to be a true typical Kelly Clarkson fashion, she stood up and raised her hands in the air, letting out a big woot that she had actually saved herself from face planting. This was videoed, of course, and shared on Twitter. A person named Zoe told her, "Graceful recovery at Kelly Clarkson. Day is made that I got to see you. Hashtag Indy 500. Kelly Clarkson responded with a series of laughing so hard they were crying emojis, and then she wrote, "Best part of my day is always revealing to people that might not know how utterly not cool I am. That damn crack was hidden by the carpet man." I don't know if she means carpet man, or the carpet man. Could go either way. It's hard to tell in social media posts. See, but when you can laugh at it, that's awesome. Good on her. And then she was also very cool in response to a not nice tweet. This was posted, of course, but at least the person who posted it was giving her kudos. She also responded to a troll who went on to Twitter to criticize her singing. Unfortunately, he criticized the wrong person because she did not, in fact, sing God Bless America. He wrote, JR, I guess I shouldn't say he, someone named JR Jansen tweeted at Kelly Clarkson, Indy 500, absolute worst version of God Bless America I've ever heard. Sing it the way it was written without all the slow whining, the stylizing, the chirps and warbles. Want to know how to sing it right? Listen to Kate Smith's version. Okay, you have your opinion, but man, we're so quick to just be rude. Okay, you didn't like it, so what? Kelly Clarkson was much more gracious than I just was. She came out and said, "I didn't actually sing that song today, but the 16-year-old girl that did nailed it." Also, think about the fact that you signed in online and took the time to drag a 16-year-old girl. Really think about it, because you're showing the worst side of you, and I have faith that you're cooler than this. Okay, first she defended the young girl who sang it. How nerve-wracking would that be to be 16 and singing at the Indy 500? Good on that girl. Awesome. I haven't watched the video to see the song, but just the fact that she's 16 and singing at the Indy 500, she has my respect. Then so I love that Kelly came to her defense, and she can be forthright and forceful without being, vulgar, or she just responds. And then I like that she says, "I have faith that you're cooler than this." That is really sweet, Kelly Clarkson, because she, JR went on to just be a troll, and Kelly could have responded in kind, but instead threw out a lifeline and said, "I have faith that you're cooler than this." Maybe JR is cooler than that, and maybe JR is not. Whether or not Kelly Clarkson's tweet will make JR rethink his or her actions, who knows? But we can always hope maybe the internet will make a difference. It is time, I see, to go to our first break of the podcast. When we come back, we will have one more story of celebrity sightings, and then we'll talk about some things that are currently trending. Before we go to break, though, I do want to talk to you about Care Of, which is sponsoring this episode. Care Of is a subscription service that makes it easy to get vitamins, protein powders, and more that are personalized just for you and delivered straight to your door, which is awesome. For those of you who don't like shopping or don't like leaving the house, this is perfect. You can get your vitamins and they're delivered straight to you. I took the quiz a couple weeks ago. It was easy. It was intuitive. It asks basic questions about your health goals and what you're looking for in terms of supplements, vitamins to supplement your nutrition plans, your workout plans. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough iron? Those types of things. You take the easy quiz, then they formulate a plan for you and show you what you will be sent. You can go through their catalog and add to that order if there are things that you want to try or things that you feel like you need. It's easy. It's great. They now offer protein powders in the big tub or individual packets, so you can take them on the go, which I like. And it's just easy and convenient, and so much easier, I think, than going and standing in the vitamin aisle and going, okay, I know I need to supplement my nutrition, but I have absolutely no idea with what to supplement it. So Care Of is easy and, as I said, intuitive. And they give you suggestions that you can then create your own custom vitamin regimen, which is awesome. As I said at the beginning, for a limited time only, if you are interested in trying this, you can go to takecareof.com, enter the promo code SOCIAL30, and you will receive 30% off of your first order. So, hey, you want to try some new vitamins? You want them delivered right to your door? No problem. Just go to takecareof.com. Take the quiz, get the recommendations, and then enter the promo code SOCIAL30 and you'll get 30% off of your first order. So we are going to take that first break of the podcast. Stay tuned. You're listening to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast, and I will be right back.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Welcome back to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast. We were speaking of some celebrity news before the break, and I have one more story of celebrity news for after the break. I saw the sweetest video that a friend of mine posted on Facebook today, I believe. If you didn't know, they've remade the movie Aladdin. I don't know how you wouldn't know, but it is live action, and it is starring, among others, Will Smith. Will Smith plays the genie. And I saw a video of him at a recent, I would assume, premiere, and he's talking to two little girls who looked like they were probably 3 or 4, and they're on the other side of the rope that separates the actors and people who are attending the premiere from those who are there to watch and maybe interact. And these two little girls got to interact with Will Smith. One of them asked why he wasn't being a genie. Where was his magic? And he said that he had to pretend to be like everybody else because he couldn't use his magic in public. And they were really cute. And he said, he talked to them a little bit more, and then he said, have you met Princess Jasmine? And one of them said, yes, we saw her earlier. And the other one said, no, I didn't get to meet her. And I don't know if she didn't, because there seemed to be some voices in the background that were kind of laughing, like maybe she did meet Princess Jasmine. But Will Smith said, well, she's right over there. Let's go meet her, and brought them under the velvet rope. My favorite thing, though, was he said, where's your mommy? So he looked for adult he looked for an adult who was accompanying them. He didn't just take them away to meet Princess Jasmine without consulting their adult person with them. So that was good. It was just really sweet. So they got to go, and he took them over to meet Princess Jasmine. That's where the video ended. I was kind of sad. I should have looked and seen if there was more of that video out there somewhere where they did actually get to meet Princess Jasmine. But yeah, I love little kids. I love how honest they are, but also how inquisitive, and how, they just take the world and they see Will Smith, they see the genie, and it's cool that he's not the genie, but they do have to ask, why are you not the genie currently? Why are you not blue? Or why are you not doing magic? Thought it was sweet, but then that's just me. I like sweet videos. So let's talk about a few things that are trending. I was looking online earlier for things that are trending. One thing that's trending that I found kind of odd, kind of interesting on Twitter is hashtag ruin a night in 5 words. I would like to know how you would ruin a night in 5 words. Lots of things. First of all, there was a ton of comments that were over 5 words, and people being like, deliberately over 5 words and being kind of not snarky, but like, look at me, I'm being rebellious, it's over 5 words, haha. Which, I don't know, people are weird, but that's okay. I like weird. A lot of things about the weekend being over, or having to go back to work tomorrow, or things that are maybe not completely appropriate for a family-centered podcast, but definitely would ruin a night. A lot of things about running into your ex, or finding out someone's cheating, or things like that. So I would want to know, how would you ruin a night in 5 words, or what would your 5 words be? Mine would be something about, let's see, there is no chocolate here. There's no chocolate in the house. That's 6 words. See, that's the thing. Only 5 words. How would you ruin a night in 5 words? So mine is definitely, when there's no chocolate in the house, that makes me sad. There's a lot of other things that would ruin a night for me. But I would love to know what your answers to that would be. How would your night be ruined in simply 5 words that someone could say to you? When I look for things that are trending, I like to see, there's always, of course, The Bachelor's on tonight, so The Bachelor's currently trending. There's sports trends, so the NHL Stanley Cup Finals is going on, so lots of trending tweets and posts about that. I always like to look for something that's a little different, maybe a little unique, and here's my confession. I'm a nerd. I get the word of the day email from Merriam-Webster, and if you go on their website, they have trending now, what words are trending now, and then why they might be trending. So, for instance, one of the words that is trending now is folderol, and that is because of stories about Brexit. So apparently the word folderol was coming up in those stories, which I love. Another word that is trending now is reticence, and that comes from some CNN stories. Codify is another one that is trending. Held in contempt is trending, and I just love that they take what people are looking up after they read articles. First of all, good job for looking up words that you maybe don't know what they mean. Snitty is trending. Snitty, I'm assuming snitty is like snarky. Let's see. Snitty stomped its feet all the way to the top of our lookups on May 1st. So this is kind of a prior trending, after Attorney General William Barr said that he found a letter sent by Robert Mueller III merited this descriptor. The tweet was from Peter Baker. Barr dismisses Mueller's letter complaining about his summary of the report conclusions. The letter's a bit snitty, Barr says. So what does snitty mean? We define snitty as disagreeably ill-tempered. It should not be confused with lungious, ill-tempered, rough and violent, or purdy, disagreeably self-important. The origin of the word is somewhat unclear, although there may be a connection with snit, which is a state of agitation. The shorter word has been in use since the 1930s, while snitty entered common parlance in the 1970s. I am a nerd. I find this fascinating. I love that they have words that are trending. And lookups spiked 150,000% on May 1st, 2019. I don't know if you find that stuff interesting, but I do. And I like things that are a little bit different, a little bit strange, but that I can learn. So I learned something new from this podcast. I learned about the word snitty, which I think should be used just as much as snarky. Snitty is kind of in that same genre, and I like it. What else is trending that's a little bit strange? Every website has things that are trending, right? So something that's trending on AccuWeather right now is everything you need to know about hail. Did you know you needed to know about hail? It makes sense. This time of year, there's a lot of storms, and they can bring hail. And so there's an article by Renee Duff, who is an AccuWeather meteorologist, and it tells you everything you need to know about hail. I didn't realize that I didn't know much about hail, but, hail is a chunk of ice that can fall during thunderstorms. So, of course, it's going to be more common right now in the spring when thunderstorms tend to be more common. And, it's interesting. We're getting into that season of hail. Then it talks about what can how hail forms. It shows some pictures of some really substantial, impressive hail and some pictures of hail damage. So it's actually quite a lengthy article on this. It's lengthy. Excuse me. It's a lengthy article on hail. It must be 1 inch in diameter or larger in order for a thunderstorm to be considered severe. Okay. See, again, I'm learning stuff. I love this. And there's a lot of picture of gigantic hail. There's a picture of what hail did to a windshield, which is, wow, not good at all. This is my favorite sentence. The larger the hail, the greater the risk of costly damage. You think? So anyway, hail is trending, and snitty was trending. It's not currently trending, I don't think, but there you go. Hail and snitty, and how you ruin a word in 5, or how you ruin a night in 5 words. Have I proven to you that I am weird? I hope so. I'm okay with that. I just like to look up interesting things and see what other people are looking up and how they are causing trends. We are going to go ahead and take our second break of the podcast now. When we come back, we'll be talking a little bit about Facebook, which is in trouble again. People are very upset. So stay tuned. You're listening to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast, and I will be right back.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Welcome back to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast. We've talked about some lighter subjects, and now we will talk about social media in the news. This time it is once again Facebook, and people are upset. They are calling on Facebook, or they are calling they are getting rid of Facebook. They are calling on others to get rid of Facebook or to at least protest what is going on. I actually found out about this from a friend of mine who said she was getting rid of Facebook, that she was disgusted and she would no longer be using the social media platform. Why is this? Well, apparently there is a video of Nancy Pelosi that Facebook itself admits is fake, but they refuse to take it down. So it was taken off of YouTube, but Facebook is refusing to take it down. According to a New York Times article, the video shows Pelosi seeming like her words are slurred, like she's maybe drunk or perhaps crazy. She was not. It was, in fact, a prank, a dirty trick, something to discredit her, to make her look bad. So Facebook did, in fact, deem the video a hoax and demoted its distribution, but this, of course, didn't work. You can demote the distribution, but it's still running wild throughout Facebook. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who would like to make it seem as though Nancy Pelosi is crazy or drunk or what have you. Of course, she's a public figure. She's a politician. She's going to have her detractors. She's going to have the people who are upset with her. So the person from Facebook, Monica Bickert, is the one that had to give us the answer, the justification for why Facebook is not taking it down. Her comment was to CNN's Anderson Cooper in an interview, and she said, "We think it's important for people to make their own informed choice for what to believe. Our job is to make sure we are getting them accurate information." Well, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Okay, so if you think it's important for people to make their own informed choice, but then you follow it up with "our job is to make sure we're getting them accurate information," that doesn't make sense if you're putting up something that is inaccurate. So if it's deliberately been altered, yeah. So unfortunately, this is not putting Facebook in a good light. As I said, a lot of people are deleting their Facebook accounts. And this isn't the first time that there have been mass exits from Facebook, exits from Facebook, as people are upset with their policies, with their, with just how. First, it was privacy policies. Then, it's been so many things. I can't even keep track of them anymore. But yeah, it's hard because, when you think about it, would legitimate news agencies air this or publish it? No. This is false. This is false advertising. It's fake news. There would be serious repercussions if they were to do this. No other media would probably get away with posting something that has been faked, that has been proven to be faked. So I don't know. It's crazy that that this was their stance, and then that they are going to lengths to justify their stance. I'm wondering what other people think about this. There have been a lot of other issues with Facebook, and so I'm wondering, do you have an opinion on this? Will you be deleting Facebook? What are your thoughts? Facebook does, in fact, remove content. It removes posts that it determines are a threat to public safety or from fake accounts. So they do remove content. That there is a precedent for that. I don't know. Facebook, we'll see. We'll see what happens as we go forward. We'll see if people really do follow through and delete their accounts, or if there's enough of a backlash, if there's any backlash, all of those interesting things that happen when it comes to social media. Again, I'm wondering, are you planning on deleting your Facebook account? Was this even something that was on your radar? Do you know people who are deleting their Facebook accounts? And do you think that deleting a social media account is a sufficient enough form of protest in circumstances like this. If this is something that you are really offended by, upset by, concerned about, is this enough? What do you think would be the appropriate response in a situation like that? There, of course, are all kinds of possibilities, but mostly what I am seeing so far is people deleting their accounts and encouraging others to delete their Facebook accounts. I'd love to know what you think. Hit me up on social media, which is appropriate for the Social Media News podcast. In the meantime, it is time to wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the GSMC Social Media News podcast. Join me again next time, and we will find out what else is trending, or what else is trending that proves that I'm a giant nerd. Or maybe I'm not a giant nerd. Maybe next time I'll be cooler. Probably not, but hey, tune in to find out. Thank you so much for listening.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Social Media Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.